Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em.
And I'm Will.
And we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee.
Or a little wine and let's talk literature.
I'm giving Seven Brew a second chance.
I've only had it once.
And
is that
your thoughts?
Is it local to us or is it like a nationwide thing?
No, it's a chain. Yeah.
Okay. It was okay. I actually went there and pulled up. First of all, hottest day of the year. My car has 0 AC and I'm pulling up stinky, sweaty. And the girl basically
There's just
goes,
fumes leaving your car.
Oh, yes. And I go up to the girl where there's no menus in sight. Literally no. I didn't know the QR code was back in the beginning of the line.
Yeah.
She was like, "Hey, you know what you want?" I said,
No.
I have a menu." And she was like, "Oh, is it your first time?" I was like, "Yeah." And I basically said, "I don't really know what I'm doing here because I don't really like sweet coffee." So I was a bitch. I don't know why. I was just...
You spit it out at her.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
What is this?
Really didn't mean to. So I was
You're like that clip from Scream Queens where she's like, "Can I do a pumpkin spice latte?" And he's like, "Really?" And she's like, "I'm just kidding. I hate those basic white girl drinks." And then he's like, "What's your name?" "Senorita Awesome." Do you know what I'm talking about? That's you.
Yes.
That's
Scream
you making
Queens
fun of sweet drinkers.
Scream Queens was so camp. What a
It
show.
is so camp in the best way.
What a show. Yeah. So that was me in the line.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
was
you.
basically like, "So I heard you guys have this banana nut syrup. I want to try a drink that's not sweet with that." She was like, "Oh, well, do you want like a latte?" I was like, "Well, I don't really like a lot of milk." She was like, "Oh." And I said, "Do you have cold brew?" And she says, "Oh, we do have that." I said, "Why didn't you say that the first time?" So I just went with a cold brew with light almond milk and light banana syrup. And it was fine.
Well, that sounds awful to me.
It was fine.
That sounds like I would have to get home immediately, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. That's what coffee's for, babe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what coffee is for.
This little beauty right here is a brown sugar cinnamon oat milk latte. Very sweet, but I love it. Like,
Okay.
I love a sweet coffee. I'm leaning a bit more towards less sweet coffee these days. Like, I've been getting oat milk lattes and stuff without any flavor. But
All
as
right.
an afternoon coffee, I love sweet coffee.
You're drinking a coffee pretty late. We're
You know
recording
what?
pretty late.
It doesn't keep me up.
Okay. That's valid. That's a flex.
Yeah. And I got invited to a party at my new place of work. So I got to have some energy.
Mingling with the coworkers, I see.
Yeah, making friends.
How's that going? How are we doing?
It's going good. This is my first time being like a real server, and I'm a waitress at like a semi fine dining restaurant by the beach. It's good. I'm making good money. It's definitely a learning curve. Opening a wine bottle with the actual wine key was the worst experience of my life the first few times, but I'm getting better at it, and I'm able to do it by myself now.
Practice makes
Progress.
perfect. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm enjoying it. I'm happy with it. I'm just busy. That's it. I'm busy.
Is it good busy this week or is it still overwhelming?
This week I feel good busy. This is the first
Okay.
week I felt good busy in a while. It's been like hectic and like overwhelming busy for a bit, but this week I'm like, I think my body's acclimating to this
Getting your
level
bearings.
of responsibilities. Yeah, I'm getting my bearings. What about you?
go.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Funny enough, so I got a CT scan for my ears.
Oh, you
the
did
end
get
of
that.
last week. Thought it was going to take forever. It took literally 5 minutes, not even.
Really?
But
Gorgeous.
I checked the news later that day, maybe the next morning, that a man died in an MRI machine getting a CT scan because he left his chain necklace on and it like magnetized and like killed him. But then I found out that like he wasn't really supposed to be in the room and like there was a whole other thing happening behind the scenes. But of course that happened like
Did you see
the
that
day.
after?
Yeah, like he was the next guy after me. No,
At the same place?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm kidding.
God.
I'm kidding.
I was like, holy shit.
No, that would be.
But
that'd
did
be a
you see this?
story.
You read that after you got it done.
Yes. It wasn't
Okay,
before.
so at least it wasn't before.
Yeah.
Did you get
but
your results?
it's funny enough. It's no. Yes, I did. I don't really know what they mean, so I have a follow up at the end of this week.
All right, copy that.
But it's funny that the MRI tech was like, "Take off your necklace," and I was like, oh, "I haven't taken this off in like 2 years." She was like, "Take it off."
You
so
don't
now I
wanna
know
end
the
up like
importance of
him.
taking this off because I
Of
could have
following
been.
the rules.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been the one that got magnetized and killed, and then maybe he would have known better.
We could have been reading
So-
about you right now.
Exactly, and I wouldn't be here, and probably
Mhm.
you either. I would assume that you.
Yeah,
would be,
no, I don't think
be
I would
grieving.
be here doing this. I would
Okay.
hope I would be grieving. Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I'm glad to know that. You
yeah,
would
I think a
grieve me.
3-day turnaround would be a bit much for me. I just take over. I replace you. I get a clone.
no, like this is. Hey guys, this is a priority. But
Sorry, like I loved Will and all, but like this is serious.
guys, we all know that Will was slacking the entire time. So
You know what? Good riddance.
good riddance. That stupid cranberry mocktail idiot. May
I love
God
your
rest his
If
soul.
we ever do merch, which we should, we need to do a cranberry mocktail merch.
Oh, I have to.
We have
a little
to.
sticker. I could just picture it now. Oh my god.
Watered
Stop.
down cranberry juice.
Watered down cranberry juice. No,
All
stop.
right. Anyways,
I
let's talk about
would love
books.
to do merch. Yes, let's do that. I have a good bunch for this month.
too.
It's actually very similar to each other. And you'll see
I
why
see.
in a second.
Okay.
But I feel like we should dive into what we're currently reading that didn't make it into this month's wrap up, but might make it
Okay.
into our personal wrap up because we are recording, like always, a week early. So,
Yeah.
what are you currently reading right now?
Funny question because I actually am not reading anything right now because I finished a book last night. And I
Okay.
was like, oh, I started a book last night right after, but I didn't. I just rented it, but I didn't start it yet. So I'm going to keep it a secret. I'm going to be a little mysterious this week.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I'm not really in the middle of reading anything, which hasn't happened in a while, but it's kind of a nice refresher. But what about you? What are you in the middle of?
I got 2 books. One is
Okay.
physical, one is an audiobook. Which one do you want to hear first?
Physical.
Physical. Finally, I am reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have a... Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I have a physical copy lent to me by my sister, so thank you, sis. Love
Thank
that.
you, sister.
I'm about halfway through, I would say. It's living up to the hype. Like I don't want to be
Oh, good.
like a, on the bandwagon, but guys, it's
Jump on.
good. It's good.
Jump right
I
on.
mean, like, I'm just comparing it to Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry because I feel like Emily Henry
That's
was
what she
trying
was
to
trying.
write this book. I
Yeah.
really do. There's too many similarities. It's just like
Agreed.
just take out the competition of the 2 writers, and she tried to write this.
It's like the same bone structure almost.
Yeah. I
But so much
want
better.
to know. I want to know everything about Evelyn Hugo. Like
I know.
she is so.
I wish she was real.
iconic. Truly, no, like she might be.
No,
this
that's
might
the
be-
thing with her writing. Like, it feels like they are real people.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying my time with that. I will
Awesome.
be done by the end of the month, so that will be in my own personal July wrap up. Just did not
Gorgeous.
make it for today's episode. And for today's not today's audiobook, but for my audiobook that I'm currently reading is 101 Essays That Will Change the Way That You Think by Brianna Wiest.
Oh,
It's not West, it's
love. Yeah, love. I have that.
Yes. I saw it was available on Libby because I've been doing nonfictions for audiobooks this month, and
Yeah.
that one I heard great things about, and I saw it was available immediately, so I said, hold.
It almost reminds me of like Atomic Habits in the way that like a lot of people like give it backlash by saying it's like common sense kind
Yeah.
of thing, or like the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins. Like it's kind
Yep,
of like,
yep.
oh, this is common sense, but it's stuff that like it feels nice to hear. So I
Yes.
loved it.
Oh,
I thought it was a
yes.
great book.
I am probably about 10 essays in right now, and there was one that was really like, it really touched me because it was just like, here are 20 things that you are like, how was it worded? Here are 20 things that prove you were in a better spot than you think you are. And it was just like,
that.
It was, and again, to your point, very basic, very much like you have food on the table.
But it's just like that you see it and you're like,
back.
oh.
And it just gives you perspective of like, I'm always, again, this is what, third episode in a row where I'm talking about always wanting to reach for something else, the next season, the next thing, when there is so much that you should be proud of and so much that you've accomplished in just the 25 years that we've been around. That I think we should.
It's
put
grounding.
A lot more. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And I've been trying to have my audiobooks be that for me because I typically listen to them on my commute to work, so I need to be
in a good
grounded
headspace
with that. Yeah, exactly. Because work is just not ideal, but
it's work.
Yeah, it's work. But yeah, those are the two that I'm currently reading right now.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying myself, definitely.
Good. You're in the middle of two great books. That's lovely. I love to hear that.
Yes.
Let's start off today's episode talking about our July wrap-up by talking about July's book club, which was My Friends by Frederick Bachman. If you missed it, we talked about this last week on the podcast, and me and Will loved it. I won't say much more than that because I want you guys to watch the episode because it was really good in my humble opinion. Yep, but we both love the book. Frederick Bachman kind of stands as an autobi author, I think I can say for the both of us at this point.
Yep.
And he just kind of proves his ability to write over and over again. And yeah, we loved it. So if you want to hear more about our thoughts, go to last week's episode to hear our in-depth reviews.
Do you still feel the same way that you do, like as strongly as you did in the episode?
I think so. I was actually thinking back on it because I went through like all of my books that I'm talking about today earlier, and I think I'm gonna go from a 4.5 to a 4.25.
Okay.
Just because I'm like forgetting a lot of things, so I don't think it sits that high, but it's like nothing about it was negative, and I'm not having any negative thoughts towards it or anything like that. Like I'm not like, oh, I wish this happened or that, but like it's just kind of like leaving my brain quickly. So I think that's what kind of knocked it down a little bit. I think I was just caught up in the moment.
That's fair.
What about you? Are you in the same spot?
It's going to be a 4.5 for me. And
love that.
Yeah, you'll see why it is that with another book that I read this month. I saw someone commented on one of my TikToks that said that it gives the vibe of Stand By Me, the movie. And I thought about that and I was like, wow, it just has the ability that this book had to kind of bring up nostalgia. I just felt like so much nostalgia, and it wasn't even anything that happened in the book. It was just the overall vibe. It just had a sense of comfort, and I don't know. I really loved it.
Yeah, so, it is a comforting book. I think I would want to reread it one day.
Yeah, it's definitely a rereadable book for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I'm glad we're pretty much on the same page with that. Should we jump into our July wrap-up?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do this.
I will start off with a nonfiction that I read. This is the only nonfiction that I read this month. So we have The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom by Shari Franke. If you're unfamiliar with who that is, her mother was Ruby Franke. She was a family vlogger on YouTube, an extreme Christian, I think, is her religion. Do you know who they are, Will?
I don't think so, actually.
8 Passengers.
Wait, let me look. Ruby Franke.
She got arrested. Yeah, she got arrested a few months ago for child abuse. Like, her children were locked up.
Oh.
You have to know about this. I feel like you do.
No, I don't know who this woman is.
Okay, so long story short, they're this extremely religious family who they did YouTube vlogs. And like, mom.
The whole family did?
Yeah, the whole family did. And the mom kind of like went off the rails and met this other woman. I forget her name, and it doesn't even matter because she's a terrible person. Met this other woman, and they started like almost a cult kind of thing. And they like cut off the husband and the older children. And then the younger children were getting like abused. And it was insane, like an insane story. Horrible for the kids. The oldest daughter ended up writing a memoir about it. And it's
How
been
old's
sitting like
the daughter?
the author, she's like 23, I think, or 24.
Okay. All right.
I think. So this has been sitting at like, it's been sitting very high on like New York Times bestseller for a while, I think. Like, and it keeps coming up
Really?
like on Libby as like the recommended audiobooks and stuff like that. So anyways, it is a memoir, 320 pages, published by Gallery Books, and it released January 7th of 2025. I don't want to give this a rating because it feels weird to rate a young adult's story of abuse. So I will not be giving a rating, but I did enjoy this book. I thought it was very eye-opening to the effects, the harmful effects of like family vlogging and having children on the internet. What I didn't like about it was it felt like Sherry Frankie was so close to calling out the church on their complicity in like the horrifying experience that her family went through, but she didn't get there, and she never really calls them out for it, but you can't blame her because she is the victim in this. But that's really my only thoughts on this. It was eye-opening. It makes you think about what people are posting online, and what is actually happening behind the scenes. It was a very sad story. If you're into like cult-like stories, true crime, religion, stuff like that, I think you would enjoy this. But go into it knowing it's a tough read.
Do you have to know anything about the situation before reading it, or is it kind of explained to you as you go through?
It's kind of explained. It is explained to you. However, I think you should do the research and like do a deep dive on it before you go into it. And there's so much to research about this. Like look up like Ruby Frankie on TikTok and you will be set for hours.
Okay. I'm actually going to do that because I'm interested to read this. So.
I think you would find it quite intriguing.
Did you
read
it
it's
or
just one of those
listen to it?
books. It feels, I listened to it.
Okay.
But it's just, and it's actually narrated by Sherry, so it was interesting to
I
hear
was gonna
coming
ask
from
that,
like her
yeah.
voice. Yeah, it's just one of those books that like it feels weird reading it, so I'm not going to be reading it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because it's her personal story. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's my first book.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't know anything about that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm excited for. Actually, I don't want to say I'm excited because it's a very sad story, but I am eager to hear your thoughts.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. Yep.
Okay, I got you. I'll embark.
Okay.
Twist my arm.
This is my arm. I'll do it.
All right. My first book, kind of going hand in hand with my friends, is I also read Beartown by Frederick Bachman. So the reason I said the 4.5 before is that I also gave Beartown a 4.5. And it's really hard for me to compare the two because I really enjoyed both and I read them back to back. So it was hard to compare them, but at the same time, it was really tough for me not to compare them because I read them so short, apart. I still don't know which one I liked better. Not that I have to really give an answer to that.
It's a good problem
I really
to have.
I know it is. Like it really is. They both didn't reach 5-star status for me though, because that like 5-star is like I'm obsessed with the book, Like there's 6-star, which is like untouchable. 5 stars,
Like a Bible
I'm obsessed.
for you.
I go out of my way. Yeah, like I will go out of my way to recommend it, yada, 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 which I will also do with a 4.5. It's just like I wasn't obsessed with these books. I just think that they were very well crafted. I think they were very well put together. They hit me emotionally on every front. I don't really have anything bad to say about them at all. It's just that 0.5 to get it to 5 is like I have to be a little obsessed about it. And I wasn't, but it's not saying that that's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a small jump from
Beartown,
from like a 4.5. to a 5, but it's a big jump also.
Yeah, exactly. But also there's not really, I have a very touchy relationship with ratings right now because I just posted a TikTok where I gave like somewhat broad ratings for certain books. Just like it was, I saw a trend going around and I was like, why don't I just, hop on the trend and do it? Who knew that this would be a TikTok that would go around and go viral, not viral, but like get some traction. And again, people are shitting on me. On me. It's just
they are.
The ratings are not that serious, guys. Like they're like, how dare you put Blue Sisters above The Secret History? I'm like, why are you comparing the two? It's rate like, books
relax.
Standalone.
Just relax.
Relax. It's not that serious. I rate the books on the singular project. I don't do it on a comparison basis. That's why
scale,
I kept saying I'm struggling with rating Beartown and My Friends because I'm comparing them. I don't usually do that with ratings.
And I don't think you would have if you didn't read them back to back.
Exactly.
Because we're not comparing it with Anxious People.
Exactly. I'm not doing that. And people were like, how are you comparing X with Y? Like, how is that higher than this one? I'm like, they're in their own... They're rated in their own way.
It's two different. It's apples to oranges.
Thank you, Em. You understand.
You're welcome, babe. You're welcome. I get it.
So I'm just getting hate comments about I will never respect you because you rated A Little Life above 1 star. I was like,
sorry,
dude. Are we serious here? Are we serious?
You don't have to follow me.
Like,
you can just keep scrolling.
Honestly, it really be those people that are like, you can never convince me to read A Little Life, and I'm like, who tried?
I wasn't trying. I just told you I liked it.
I just told you I liked it. It's always them in the comments like, this is trauma.
God.
This is trauma. This is da 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 da. I'm like, I get it,
porn.
dude. I get it.
Like some of us want to read that. Sorry.
I've heard every single thing from every single person on how bad it is. I liked it because
you're not going to change my opinion.
It's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Exactly.
It's my opinion. But I
digress.
Thank
you for sharing.
I digress. I'm sorry. It's just really touchy right now.
No, I understand and I agree with you. And I think people take the number scale of rating way too literally and seriously. It's just a way for us to easier communicate how much we recommend it. That's literally it.
There you go. And then
that's literally it.
And then one other thing, and then I'll move on. There's people who are like, well, you rated The Midnight Library 2 stars and it's on my Libby Holds. Should I cancel it?
I'm not sure.
And I responded and I was like, well, no, because if you clearly wanted to read it, so give it a try. And then this is just my experience. And then they commented back and said, well, I don't want a 2-star book rec. I said, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm just telling you to go experience literature in your own way. I'm just telling you what I liked. I'm not telling you what to do.
Telling you what they have to do.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
My God, this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me just.
That's okay. You're going through it.
I just need a little sip of the mocktail.
Take a little sippy, and
I need that buzz.
I'll do my book. You take a sip. Okay?
I need that buzz. But okay, Beartown, great.
Oh yeah.
Loved it. I struggled in the beginning to get into it. It took me about 50% to get into. Once I was in it, it was effing amazing. It was so good.
That's awesome.
I still think about it, which is why it could move up in rating. But I also want to read the other 2 books in the trilogy first before I go back and try to like fix ratings for anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But highly recommend you read it. Just know it'll take a little bit for you to get into potentially, and it handles very, very, very sensitive subjects. So please go in. Please read trigger warnings. Go in with caution.
Got it. I definitely will be reading that. Thank you.
Please do. You have to tell me how you think. What you think of it.
You know I will.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right. My next one. I'm so excited to tell you how I feel about this book. This was definitely my most anticipated book of the year, and it did not disappoint. It's Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, my favorite author. Her other book used to be my number 1 favorite book in the whole world, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And guess what? This one just might top it. I'm not sure yet. Don't hold me to it, please, because I can't do that to Addie. I can't, but it might be up there. It was so good. This is a fantasy book. It's long. It's 535 pages. It was published June 10th by Tor UK. And I give this 6 stars. It was incredible. This is yeah, it was fantastic. It's a multi-POV fantasy, historical fantasy taking place over time between the 1500s in Spain to present day at Harvard University. It is everything. It is a queer, gothic, fantasy, historical fiction, and it just... I could sit down actually and do an entire episode just talking about this book. It was just so fucking good. The way that it handled death and independence and freedom, and to what extent you would go to live the life that you want rather than the life that is expected from you, and like societal expectations, and just I need to take a breath. I'm like literally tearing up. I love this book so much. It was so good. The relationships throughout this book were so toxic. So go into that knowing that you're going to be like, holy shit, like it's insane. It is everything packed into one in the most perfect way possible, and I cannot recommend this book enough, especially if you are into gothic literature, fantasy, or queer literature. All 3 of those put together, it is perfect. 6 stars. I loved it.
I love that description. I can
Thank
feel the passion coming from you.
Thanks.
I have a question though.
Okay.
Before we move on. Say someone wants to read that book but has not read V.E. Schwab before. Would you start them there, or should they read something else first?
Honestly, I felt like this was more digestible than The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
So that's a yes?
So yes, I would say
wow.
Go for it.
Okay.
I think it's beautiful writing. It's a bit prosy, but it's not too prosy where it's like you need to adjust. Like how we say with Frederick Bachman, we wouldn't recommend My Friends to be the first one. I think you could start with this. And if it's for you, it's for you. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea.
Okay. Yeah.
But
That's
it's
valid.
fantastic.
I
Fantastic
respect it.
stuff.
Love a 6 star. Love a 6 star.
It was fantastic. I'll be talking about it for a while.
Love that. All right. Well, my next 2 or final 2 books I read in the month of July are non-fiction reads.
Oh.
The first one we have here is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think this was so clever. Why not 5? I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
It just took me a little bit to get into, is all. And I feel like there were certain essays that were a lot stronger than others. For example, the Googling Strangers essay literally made me want to bawl my eyes out. The Harvey essay made me want to bawl my eyes out. And then there were some that I didn't connect to as much. They were still great. I thought that the one that was about him going to Iceland during, the Olympics was really cool. So there's like a bunch of different weird like anecdotes of things that happened in his life, or just like some random thing he'll be talking about, like the world's largest gumball, or like, I don't know, just the most random things ever. And he somehow all ties it to the human experience. And it was honestly one of the most digestible, deep reading experiences that I've had that talk on the human experience. It was so easy to follow. It was so cut and dry. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's the story. Here's what I rated it. I loved it. Like, it was just so simple. It's just so easy to get into. But yeah, that 0.5 is just a little bit to get in. It took me a little bit to get into, to get used to it. And then also there weren't as many, like there were some essays that weren't as strong as others.
Yeah, that's valid.
And I felt really ironic giving it a rating, honestly.
That's how I actually, when you started reading it, I like saw that you posted that on Goodreads, and I like clicked on my own review, and I wrote, I don't know when I read this, like probably a year and a half ago, 2 years, but I wrote like it feels like an oxymoron to give this book a rating,
Yeah,
but nonetheless, like I will. It was
Yeah.
just one of those books. It's like a really cool concept, and I'm like happy it
Oh, yeah.
came out the way it did.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy that I listened to it because John Green
Mhm.
just read it to me, and it was just
It's awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I now, after reading that, I know you talked about what is the tuberculosis one?
Yeah, everything is tuberculosis.
Everything's tuberculosis. I know you said like tread lightly because it might make you anxious, but
Mhm.
it's in my lippy holds. Like I'm waiting for it. I need to read it.
It's
or
just
at
a
least
lot
listen to
different
it.
than this. It's a lot different than the Anthropocene reviewed. Like I have to say, it's very different. It's very, very focused on tuberculosis.
Oh God. Okay. I still want to do it though.
Okay,
I'm still
just go
I'm
into
still
it
gonna
knowing
do
that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, my last one that I actually finished last night is called First Time, Long Time by Amy Silverberg. This actually comes out on the day we're recording this, July 22nd, 2025. Yeah, I got sent this as an ARC from Grand Central Publishing, and I was obsessed with the cover. I'll insert a picture here. I think I talked about it in the July book release episode.
Is it the one purple cover with the woman on the
girl
couch
like
or
laying
something?
down? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting story, and I think it's going to be a perfect read for people with like complicated families who like reading about like very complicated family members and very complicated relationships, romantic and sexual relationships. So the story follows our main character, who is a 28-year-old writer, and she does like a bunch of side gigs. Like she is a book club host, and she gets hired to host book clubs for like rich ladies, and she's also a college professor, like a junior college professor. And she's kind of at like a point in her life where she doesn't really know what she wants to do. She kind of feels like she's in a bit of a rut. She ends up going to a bar one night, and she meets this guy who is actually a radio host, and he's like this huge celebrity. He's like 6 years old. He's an older guy, and they end up dating. The premise of this story, it's an age gap relationship. It's not a romance by any means. It's definitely a lit fic, and it's about like the complicated relationship between them and like their families and just all that stuff. The kicker of this book is that she starts to get feelings for her boyfriend's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. It's quite a
that's
kicker.
Juicy. That's juicy.
It's juicy. It's not like as much of like a twist and turn, like drama filled book. It's more so just like, it's like a slow paced lit fic that really dives into relationships. So if you're someone who likes that, it's kind of like reminiscent of like not normal people. I would say it's kind of reminiscent of like the way that Sally Rooney presents, but with a much, much, much simpler writing style. Like it's super, super easy to get into. It's nothing like Sally Rooney's like actual prose and word choice. It's just the same like vibe of like not a whole lot happens, but we're really diving into these characters. So for that reason, I really loved it. I thought it was really interesting. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Ooh, okay. All right. I think I might want to check that out. That sounds
I think
very
you
juicy.
might enjoy it. It's very character focused.
I love a lit fic, and I love a character
I know you
focused
do.
lit fic.
I know you do.
That's right up my alley.
All right, well, take us home.
Take us home. This is going to be a sad note to end on, because my last book for July was When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. This was so sad, but it was so eye-opening. If you don't know the premise, it follows Paul, who is a neurosurgeon, so he's helping save lives every day, and he gets the unfortunate news that he is diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. And it is about his experience with grappling with that news and how he decides to, one, live his life after hearing this news, and two, how he plans to help those around him live a better life after he's gone.
Oh God, that
it-
sounds like a gut punch.
It gutted me. It was very moving, extremely moving. He made me look at my own life in a different light and just understand how fragile and yet how valuable our life is. We may never really understand what people go through, but just having empathy is really all that matters, as long as it like you could be empathetic towards people's situations. It's just, that's just what you got to do. It was one of those books where I had a similar feeling when I read Finding Me by Viola Davis.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was very honored and privileged to just be let into his life and like into his mind and how he thinks and how he reacts to things. It just showed.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was just, it's really, it's actually one of those books where I don't really have a good, like, I can't get the words out on how it made me feel.
What you just said was all I needed to hear.
Really?
Yeah, like that convinced
okay.
me. It's just one of those books, I think. Like, it's just like a very, like you said, it sounds like it's just like a privilege to be able to hear that story.
Yeah, and it made me reevaluate my own life and how I look at my body, and almost like how we were talking last week. Oh my God, everything comes full circle of just how like
full circle.
You become more appreciative of the body that you have and what it does for you once there's something taken away, you know? And yeah, I'm not going to give anything away in the story. It's just, it really gets to you emotionally. It really gets to you mentally, and just makes you rethink how you approach your own health, as well as how you approach people's experiences with their health. And it also dives into the relationship between patient and doctor and where that line is drawn and where it's blurred. Just did a really good job just diving into one's own mortality and how you can face it, and just what you can do with the time that you have once you realize you don't have much left. So that
gave me chills.
Yeah, it was gutting. I rated it. I don't think I should have rated it.
You don't
because
even need to share it.
Then again, I don't think I can speak on his experience. Just know that you're gonna probably need a box of tissues if you pick this up.
One of those.
I would say read this or listen to this in a space where you're able to feel your emotions.
I love the way you put every single thing about that review was beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's a really good book.
It's a sad way to end. Excuse me, I just burped. It's a sad way to end this episode, but that was beautifully worded. So bravo.
It was, I'll share one quote that I think sums up the entire book. What happened to Paul was tragic, but he was not a tragedy. And I think that sums up the book 100%. Once you get to the afterword, just be in a safe space is all I will say.
Oh, God. Paul dies, I know it.
So that is all I have to say about When Breath Becomes Air.
Okay.
And also you will rethink the title and just what it means. And yeah, it's
I
just
was thinking about that. Okay.
All of it is so intentional.
All right.
And just what he went through to write this book as well. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps up this week's episode.
Oh my God. That
was pretty good. This is like the quickest wrap up we've done, and I feel like we did a great job.
I think so too. I got 2 books cooking, like I said earlier. So there's definitely going to be more additions to this at the end of the month on our personal pages. So be sure to check out both my page, M's page on TikTok and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe, follow, review.
Yeah, rate us 5 stars on Spotify if you enjoyed this.
Please. And be sure to join us
Please.
over on Fable. For
Yes.
next month, we are thinking of, I think we decided this last episode, but we're definitely doing it now. It's a book that's centered around the beach, a shore town.
Any genre.
Anything, any genre. So we have a little post going over on Fable in the club lobby, just asking for your recommendations or anything that's on your TBR that fits the bill. And then by the end of the weekend, we will have a poll out on Fable for us to select August's book club pick. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah,
I
me too.
am curious to see what we have in store. I definitely am
too.
rooting for one book, but I'm not going to say.
I know what you're talking about, and I'm on the same page. But we will see what the
We'll
people bring us.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for spending your Friday with us. It's a pleasure to have you here. And we will see you next week for another episode of
Let's Talk Literature. Bye.
Bye.